Hi. I thought I'd also make a video kind of detailing my experience with therapy in the hopes that if anybody who randomly comes across this is thinking about possibly going into it, that they're persuaded to do so because I truly think it is an asset in everyone's life. My therapy journey only started recently, and I already feel such a difference in my life, and I don't know why I put it off for so long. I know I put it off for so long. There's so much stigma attached to it. The cost was overwhelming to me, and I just didn't really know where to begin. I think that's always it. Like, sometimes the hardest thing is starting anything new and anything scary. And I just had no idea where to start. And I'm so grateful I did. What my choice was, I felt one of the only options for me was to start with an online company that had the ability for me to text and voice call and video chat with a therapist and not do it in person. I thought this was a good baby step, and to be honest, I'm an always on the go traveling, in my normal pre-quarantine life. I worked on cruise ships, I worked at regional theaters, I did a lot of traveling for work, so being in one steady place didn't really make sense for me. But I find that this format gives people a lot of options, and I think that's really good for everyone of all different lifestyles. So I use a company called Betterhelp. There are multiple other ones out there, but personally, my price point was really met at Betterhelp. They have an option for those of us that are furloughed or unemployed right now, which really helped with the cost for me. And they also have a great incentive program, which you have a link that you can send to your friends, and if they use the link, then you both get a free week of therapy. And I'm telling you, like, every little bit helps, right? So of course my link will be in the description box down below, but don't be, persuaded to use it unless you really feel like this is right for you. But I will say, I think therapy is right for everyone. I think we all have things we need to talk about, and it's challenging to talk about all of our issues and trauma and kind of less healthy habits and things like that with everyone in our lives, because quite simply, not everyone in our lives is equipped to deal with all of that emotional labor. They're certainly not all professionals at it. Certainly only people who have studied that and work in that field are professionals in it. So I think it's important that we utilize those people and their skills, therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, and delve into that side of ourselves and try to understand more about our mental state, try to learn more patterns and just different tips and tricks that work for us. I know for me personally, I just struggle to open up in general with the people around me because I don't feel like it's their problem to listen to me about my problems or my trauma, and that's just something I personally do. So having a designated person to talk to about those things, who not only will ask questions, but who I know is my person that I reach out to about those things, it's incredibly powerful, and it's something I really needed, because otherwise I wasn't starting those conversations, and without having them, I wasn't really reaching any kind of impasse with these problems of mine. They were just kind of sitting there undealt with. And at least now I feel like, I'm trying. Because that's the thing. These, during therapy, you kind of end up realizing that it's a lifelong journey, like many other important things in our lives. And the more you work on it, the more you realize I'm just uncovering more and more and more. So it's okay if it takes you 10 years, as long as you start. You know what I mean? So I really recommend BetterHelp. I recommend any type of therapy that you think is right for you. Shop around for therapists. Don't settle with your first person if they don't feel right. I really lucked out with who I was matched up with. She's fantastic and we get on really well. But there are tons of resources for therapy. And I've heard of different charities that allow for different minority groups to get free therapy, different things like that. So please just spend your day having a Google search about that. If that's something you're interested in, just make today the point of today to take a step towards better mental health for yourself. I really, really from the bottom of my heart recommend it. And if you have anything to teach me about therapy or any of your own points to add, please do. Please have a discussion with me about it if you're interested at all. If you have any questions, I felt really nervous to start, and that's why I put it off for years. And I have to say, within months I felt a difference. So within weeks I felt a difference. And it's certainly uncomfortable at times, but most things that make us uncomfortable are worth it, aren't they? So thank you again. Please like, subscribe, have a comment, say hello. Say goodbye, Cider. Say goodbye.